everybody. So this is a little bit different video than what we normally do. A lot of people say, how do we do a review? So we're going to show you it from start to finish, how things work. I guess I should have showed the box showing up at my house, but that's kind of boring. All right, but the first thing we do when we get a box is I add it to one of my boring unboxing videos, in which case I don't even wear a hat when I'm doing these because I don't normally wear hats. Okay, so we have the box, and so we'll put the box here, and I put it on the table, and then what I'm going to do here is just start recording. So, all right, folks, let's see what's in this box here. And of course, the big box. It's in a it's in a garbage can, and it's Hawaii. Alrighty, well, this is a game that I reviewed a long time ago, but I think it's time for a reworking of it. All right, cool. And that's it. So I record that, I do that part of the video, and then we move on, and it goes to the next part. Okay, so now the second part of this, what happens is these games, when we get them, what I try to do is get it unboxed right away. We do the daily unboxings, and so we get so many games that we're going to take the unboxing and we're going to, we record them, and then we put it into a queue. So the daily unboxings are like for the next 2-3 months, right? Whatever. And so this game gets unboxed. And when I unbox a game, I might know about the game, I might not, but this is the room that I do it in here. And so I have the box ready to go. I put it down here on the table, put it in the shot. This is the camera that I use. As you can see, also not wearing a hat, because again, I don't wear a hat for everything. So this is how daily unboxing works. So I'm like, hey everybody, welcome to another daily unboxing from the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vasel. And today we're opening up Hawaii. So let's take a look and see what's inside this. I like the cover. And I've never been to Hawaii. So inside here we have the rules here. Looks pretty straightforward of how to play. And looks like there's an extra location tile, how to place them. Looks like a reference guide of some sort. Then a ton of tiles in this game. Let's see. Yeah, they seem to be pretty good thickness here. And, all right, I like that. I like how the game looks a lot. So, as you can see here, there's this background of the forest, and it looks like you're going to be able to put these tiles and things down together. So, I'll be able to stick this here. That's a pretty cool look, so I like that. So, there's a bunch of these tiles, so that's neat. And we got a big bag here of wooden pieces. So we got seashells and feet, and I guess these are lines. Really like how this looks. Like all the wooden pieces here. A lot of good wooden pieces. Then we have a bag, and yay! It's always nice when they give us bags to put the stuff in. So this looks like there's a ton of components for the game. Some wooden pieces, and then just piles and piles of tiles. We got these small island tiles. We got these, here we got some boats. This looks like it's a insert here for inside the box. Man, a lot of tiles in this game. But it looks like pretty good quality all around. Alrighty, well that's what's in the box for Hawaii. I'm Tom Vasel, thanks for watching your daily unboxing. And that's it. I should stop recording there. That is how it works. So now that it's done with this, it goes to the next part of the process. So this is the next step of the process, where one of the lovely Vasel children is going to take the game here and unbox it and put everything in the proper bag. As you can see, we have a bag of bags here, and there's rubber bands somewhere, right? Look at all those silicone packets that you pulled from games so far. This is the most fun part. My kids love doing this, right?
So much fun.
So when that's done, it's going to be put into where we play games. Meanwhile, so then I take the card with the unboxing on and give it to Roy.
Oh, thanks, man.
who loves doing unboxings. And this is Roy's workstation. Sometimes Chris does unboxings. I think you're working on them now, aren't you?
I'm doing them now.
So someone will undo the unboxing, and it will go up on the internet soon.
So I already did the Hawaii boring unboxing video, and it's been up on the channel. And we use Final Cut to do all of our stuff here, but now we have to do the unboxing video, which is where we go through and show off all the stuff for the games. We use Final Cut to edit all these up. We have like templates for those sort of things. So now that's unboxed, it'll be on to the review.
So the next thing I do is I bring it to the game store and play it, or I play it at home, or anywhere I play. Here you can see this is cool stuff. It's our Tuesday night, board game night, although there's a lot of people playing Magic and role-playing games and stuff. And so a lot of people come and play games with me, and we're going to test it out now and see how it works. Ernest. Hi. And Kenneth. Kenneth has played a lot of my games with me. He's a play tester, so he'll gladly tell me if a game is good or bad.
Yes. Last time I told him it was bad, this happened.
All right. So we're setting it up, getting ready to play. So now we're in the middle of the game. We're actually really close to the end of the game. As always, trying to look at the game from all aspects and viewpoints and talk to other people and get their opinions, unless it doesn't matter.
You didn't look at Ernest though.
It's over and the points are scored. We talk about if we like the game or not, but then we just throw everything back in, because after the first play is when I do my component drop, and so we don't need to worry about sorting it out after the first game. This usually makes people happy whether they like or dislike the game.
It's the most enjoyable part of some games.
the action too.
So the next part is the component drop. After we play it, I bring it back, we do a component drop. And so I do this because, well, it's just one of the shticks of me putting videos together, although it does add quite a bit of time. So what we do is we clear off the table, get the game ready, and I usually pull out all the pieces that I think won't look good in the component drop. I'm also looking, I try to pull the bags out of the case and just get everything ready. Like these are a little bit bigger pieces. They might not work in a component drop very well. I try to mix everything up, and then I get the camera ready and I have it pointing down exactly where I want it to be. And one of the useful things about the table is now that I have stuff on the table, it is easier for me to pinpoint where to drop the stuff, because I have done component drops multiple times to make sure they look good on the camera. So then I start the camera recording, and then I just take it like this. And then I stop. And that's a component drop. Then I throw everything in here, and it goes back to the sorting station. This is the trickiest part, actually, because we got to make sure we get all the pieces. Like, most of the pieces stay on the table, but if you notice, one bounced over there in the chair. So we always have to check this room. But we check it, we catch the pieces. And occasionally there's a small cube or something that gets missed out or something, but then we find those and get them in. It's not like we lose pieces in this regard. We definitely search. Meantime, let's show you kind of where games go. So this section here of the studio is where we put all the different games that need to be reviewed. So this is where Hawaii would have gone. And you're like, wow, there's so many games here that need to be reviewed. Yeah, there is. And some of you are probably looking at this going, why haven't you reviewed that game? Just because there's tons of them. This is the first stop that games come to. Now, this is very, very disorganized currently, but it will be organized very shortly. Every once in a while we come through and do a major organization of it. But this is the first stop that a game comes. And when I'm playing games, I come to here and pull them off the shelf. Now we're in my office. This is like the second stop. These are games that I'm going to play very soon, or I have played and I need to play more. And so I kind of put them here. This is just like my personal collection of games that I'm going to be looking at more in the future. The final stop then is over here. This is where games go that I'm planning to review. Now, sometimes games sit here for a long time. You'll see a lot of games here. Some of these games need to be played more too, but this is where games played. They then I kind of slide them across the floor. These are games that I'm like currently reviewing, and there's a shelf over here of games that are going to get played very, very soon. But once they go off there, then the actual review will start. Okay, so now we finally have time to do the review. So when I'm doing the review, I'm going to record several parts. I record an intro and an outro, which I always record over here. You can see here's kind of a look at the room as it is. I do a one camera shot on my reviews. So I'm going to do the review in certain parts. I always will start out with the components and how to play the game. So I'm going to go over how to play the game first. Then I do a shot where I talk about
the components, and I put that board in front just so Roy knows where to split those. Then I'll usually use the hammer of judgment to say if it's good or bad. Sometimes I'll use this big hammer over there, but I have to be careful. If I'm going to, like if it's a small expansion box, I'll destroy those. I don't care. I'm going to throw them away anyway. But I have to make sure I record the intro, outro before I smash the box. A few times I smashed the box and then I had to pretend it wasn't smashed in the intro and outro. Before I do the intro and outro, I'll go in here. This is my closet where we keep all the different kind of stuff that I put in the background on my shelf. So I'll try to pick something for Hawaii, but I don't think too hard about it, right? I mean, I don't have stuff for every single game that's in existence. I'm slowly adding things, so I don't know that I got anything here that kind of screams Hawaii. So then when that happens, I just pick some stuff. So I might pick, let's see here, I'll use this plant. That's not really from Hawaii, but yeah, it's a plant. And I don't know if Hawaii has lizards or not, but I'll pick this lizard. So these will be the two things I'll use on the shelf itself. Speaking of that, I'll also look through my hats. I have more hats than this, but I'll usually go through these hats and say, is there a hat that matches the review? If not, I just grab any old hat. So the first thing, and this is really kind of the most important thing of a review, and it's the most time-consuming part, is the actual setting up of the review. You know, as I go through to set up the game, I'll tell you, it's nerve-wracking because you want to make sure you get all the rules right. You might know a game backwards and forwards, but I'm telling you, I will go through these rules multiple times to make sure I have it right. So then I spend some time setting the game up. That's what I'm doing right now. And then once the game is set up, I will read through the rules, double check it, get ready, think about it, prepare, and then record the overview, which again is the hardest part of review, actually, I find for me, is recording the overview. After that, it's all pretty easy. So now I move here. I've done the overview. I've done the components. I've done the hammer of judgment. Now I'm just going to do the intro and outro. And this is the easiest part, but it's also the part I think about a lot because I know I have to know what I want to say. So I got the camera ready, and then I go ahead. Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to my review of Hawaii. You say, is this a new game? Not especially. Is this the first time you reviewed it? Not necessarily, actually. Hawaii is a game I reviewed several years ago in a fairly infamous review where I kind of smashed up on the game. I always felt a little guilty over that, and I had a chance to pick this up at a Jack Vasel Memorial Fund auction lately, and I wanted to give the game another look, what some might say, a fairer look at the game, and see what I thought of it now. Hawaii is a resource management game based in Hawaii, and you're sending your chief around to go and build up your villages to get the most points. Definitely a game where you get a lot of points. Here's how it plays. And so I'm not going to pretend that I love this game now, but I do think that I like it more than I used to. I think my tastes of a gamer certainly have changed. And I think this is one that you might want to hunt down and find. It's not, a new hotness game, but this game is certainly going to appeal to a lot of people. Definitely want to think about Hawaii. That's it. I'm done with the review. So now I'm done. What I do is I'll stop the reviewing right here. I then take the card out. I will go hand this to Roy. Roy does all the editing. My job is done. And then he does the editing. We post on YouTube using super secret stuff. And that's how a review is made.
Alright, so the review is done, and Tom has given me all the files for it. I'm going to start putting all that together. We'll show you guys a little bit of how that works with screen capture here. So basically we just use Final Cut and put everything all together in the right place and check everything to make sure it looks great. Normally while videos are rendering out, I'll go in here and create thumbnails for like the unboxing and reviews and stuff like that. So we'll just take like the artwork for the game, throw it into Photoshop, and get those all nice for you guys to click on and check out the video. Alright, so now I'm just uploading the unboxing and the review here. So that's basically the final step. These will be ending up going up Wednesday, so then they'll be good to go, so you guys can end up watching it. And that's basically almost the end of the process. Then YouTube takes it and uploads it the day that we schedule it for, and then you guys get to watch it. So that's basically how our review ends up.
Okay, so then that's it. So after that, the game goes to one of two places. It goes to our pile of games that we get rid of at Dice Tower Con every year, or the game most likely will go and be added to the Dice Tower library, which is going to be used for different conventions. And then we start on the next one. Now, here's the thing, though. We're constantly doing this in series, right? I don't take one game from start to finish. There's always games being played. There's always games being component dropped and then reviewed and edited. You know, it's sometimes several are being in play at any given point in time. But this gives you kind of an idea of what it's like. We try to put as much work into these as we can to make them look fantastic for you all. We certainly know that with 8,000 different steps along the way, there's going to be mistakes made. Mistakes have been made. We try not to do it. But I figured you guys might be interested in seeing a little bit behind the scenes. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching an anatomy of a game review on the Dice Tower.